Hey everyone, divorce is never easy. It's a storm that shakes the very foundation of a couple's shared life. And in Singapore, where financial security is closely tied to our CPF savings, one of the most common concerns is what happens to CPF monies, the matrimonial home, and investments after a divorce. Today, we are going to unravel this complex issue in a way that makes sense. More importantly, we'll explore how fairness and balance come into play, because in the end, nothing is truly ours to hold on forever. Under the Women's Charter, matrimonial assets are any assets acquired during the marriage or used by the family. That means CPF monies accumulated during the marriage, any CPF investments, and CPF funds used to buy the matrimonial home can be divided. But does that mean that the court just splits it down the middle? Not quite. The court looks at both financial and non-financial contributions. Just because one spouse was the breadwinner doesn't mean the other spouse's role in managing the household is worth any less. Contributions, like ripples in a pond, extend beyond what the eye can see. Think about a spouse who took care of the home, raised the children, and provided emotional support. Their efforts don't show up in the bank statement, but they are just as crucial in building a stable family unit. That's why the court doesn't just divide assets equally. It divides them equitably. The court asks who contributed what, who sacrificed more, and what is fair. If a couple cannot agree, the court steps in. The court can order CPF division in two main ways. A transfer order, where CPF savings are directly transferred into the ex-spouse's CPF account, or a charging order, where the ex-spouse only gets a share when the CPF becomes withdrawable. A transfer order allows immediate division. The CPF board will move the money into the ex-spouse's account, where it can be used for housing, investments, or education. However, it cannot be withdrawn in cash until the recipient turns 55. A charging order, on the other hand, means that the ex-spouse waits until the CPF account holder reaches withdrawal age. This ensures that retirement savings are not unfairly depleted before they are due. But it also means that the ex-spouse may have to wait years before assessing their entitled share. But here's an important point. If your ex-spouse is a foreigner, they cannot receive a transfer order. The court can only issue a charging order because CPF is a Singaporean system meant for local retirement security. If CPF funds were used to buy the home, things get more complicated. The court might order one spouse to transfer the home to the other with or without refunding the CPF monies used. Yes, you heard that right. You may not get back the CPF you used to buy the home, even if your ex-spouse later sells it. Why would this happen? Imagine a case where the court decides that the matrimonial home should go to the parent with primary care of the children. The spouse keeping the home might not have the funds to refund the CPF contributions or for other reasons, so the court may rule that no refund is necessary. In such cases, fairness isn't about getting back every cent you spend. It's about making sure each party, and especially any children involved, has stability moving forward. If you or your spouse invested CPF savings into shares, bonds, or insurance products under the CPF investment scheme, the court can either order ownership transfer of the investments or order the investments to be sold and the money refunded back into CPF before being transferred to the other spouse. CPF investments bring another layer of complexity. Some investments may gain value while others may lose value. If a court orders liquidation, both spouses have to accept whatever market value exists at the time. Timing, as in life, is everything. Now let's move on to something very, very important, so listen carefully. CPF nominations are not revoked upon a divorce. If you nominated your spouse to receive your CPF savings upon your death, that nomination still stands. If you do not want that, you must update your nomination. Life changes, so should CPF nominations. Imagine dying only for your CPF savings to go to your ex-spouse instead of your children or your new partner. Always update your CPF nomination to reflect your current wishes. Divorce is one of life's greatest disruptions. But like all things, even the deepest wounds will heal and new paths will emerge. The division of CPF assets isn't just about numbers, it's about fairness, contributions, and letting go. We often hold on to what we believe is ours, but in reality, nothing truly belongs to us, not even our CPF savings. Everything is fluid, ever changing. The more we cling, the harder it is to find peace. Perhaps in the midst of financial and emotional turmoil, the greatest lesson is this: balance is key. And in all things, we must learn to release, to adjust, and to embrace change. Thanks for joining me in this discussion. I'll see you in the next video.